actually, I didn't really know what I did right away. I came off, and everyone's congratulating me, and I was like, I asked one of my team, I was like, what did I even really do? And kind of talked through it. And I was like, really kind of what you did earlier in the match from your feet. And I was like, yeah, I kind of felt him come in, and he didn't really have good hips, and he kind of didn't feel like he wanted to finish. He just wanted to be there. And so I kind of sat and hipped into him pretty hard. And it's kind of just wrestling through and being mat savvy is what I've been kind of doing my last couple matches, kind of letting it all go out instead of just trying to brute force everything. And there's always, no matter what kind of style you wrestle, I'm kind of all in this guy's face, and sometimes you just got to open it up, let it fly, and kind of try new things. And I mean, just like we do it in the room, it's always doing something better than yourself in one way or another. And I'm kind of just having fun and relaxing. And I mean, I obviously want to be more pressure and I want to score more points, but getting the job done this season, late in the season, is kind of what I've been trying to do. Kind of like, you ever Caden, Tate, Doty, me, Chase, it's kind of we call it death row. I mean, we got solid guys. I mean, we always like to have Colby go out there and keep fighting like he does. Hasn't given up pin, and that's what we like. I mean, obviously he's kind of playing a part, and he does it well, and he's battling over time. Then you have Caden coming out there, and he was offensive as can be. That's what we like to see out of him, and he gets tight sometimes, especially being a home crowd, but him going out there and answering and doing his job and getting it done, having fun. And then you go Tate Murdy, bulldozing the guy. I think it was over 4 minutes, 5 minutes riding time, and just bullying him, riding him out. And then Doty, tough one, weird position, can't get that up, and that's what we kind of preach, but happens in wrestling. Move on, and then next guy up, answer it. And then Chase, obviously sad we couldn't get him to wrestle. Guy apparently got hurt, but love watching Chase. He wanted to wrestle. He's one of the guys who we want out there every time. Kale, putting exclamation point, riding out the last period, tough wrestling. When he's good, when he's on, he's good, and I love watching that. He has a lot of confidence building up, and then it's just continuing that. Cam, putting the pressure on the guys. Han could have been a little better. He hasn't been he's been doing his thing. He's coming back. I mean, he's looked good. Could have called the pin there. It definitely should have been there. He wanted it. But and then Ray closing out duel. I mean, that's what we like. Hard, tough wrestling, home crowd, getting into it, our team getting into it. Winning duels is fun, and that's what we've been doing.
We're continually refining our routine, that offensive mindset, to go out there, that self-confidence that you got to have. So, you know, you can just see the process is still, in play. And, you know, for most of the guys, it look like it's going the right direction, you know, for sure. But, you know, we're just, we're in work. You know, we're still taking shape yet, you know, and getting things going and getting them to the level that we want to be at. But I thought the needle moved in the right direction today. Guys are, you know, finding their own little tagline, you know, who they are, how they're identifying. You know, Eric, it's about holding himself to that high standard, you know, to apply that pressure. The kid can score a lot of different ways. You know, and like you mentioned, Cale Meyer. Cale, you know, had a huge opportunity, right? You know, we got another kid, Scott Kellenberger, that's pretty salty too. You know, Scott's knocked off the number 4 guy in the country this year. So those guys are in a dogfight, you know, to see who's going to be the guy. So each time they get a chance to wrestle, you know, they're on display, and Cale came through big time. That's a solid kid he beat from Augustana. And but, you know, that's the expectation, right? It's not the name, it's not the number, it's not the singlet, it's how you wrestle, not who you wrestle. And Cale looked good to me. You know, there's another level for him to get to as well. You know, I've been doing this, 20+ years here, 23 years. I was 27 when I got the job, and you know, I see some of these guys that were part of my first roster. I mean, guys from Florida that came back, and Minnesota and Illinois, making some treks, you know, to get here. It's humbling, but that's really kind of what, you know, you're hoping to envision when you started this thing, you know, a long time ago. And these guys got a lot of pride, man, and you know, it just takes them back to their time competing against Augustanas and other schools.